Hi, hello, and welcome or welcome back to PJs and Pages. Today it is time for another book unhaul. As you may or may not know, I am trying to clear some space on my bookshelves for books that I actually want. I do have limited space, so I can't have, well, I have a very abundant bookshelf, but even with that abundant bookshelf, the amount of books I have is out of control. So we're gonna go ahead and unhaul some books today. I went into my shelves and I picked out 7. Last time I was able to find 10. This time I'm down to 7. There were some that I was questioning, but I kind of want to give them a chance. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the books that I am planning on. I'm either going to put them in my Pango and see if I can sell them, or I'm going to put them in little free libraries. So one of the qualifying factors for getting rid of some books was mass market paperbacks. Now, when I was younger, I used to have tons of these and I didn't mind them, but as I've gotten older and I've started annotating, I found them to be a little cumbersome. So I have a couple here that A, I don't think I'm ever going to get to them, and B, they're mass market paperbacks and I don't want to have them on my shelf. I'd rather have books that more uniformly fit, and just it makes it easier when I'm filling my shelves if they fit like with the rest of the books. So the first one that I have is Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews. I don't know if this is an original mass market paperback. Couldn't tell you. It is. I got this secondhand, so it's pretty beat up. I'm probably just gonna put this in a little free library somewhere. I'm sure someone will be very happy to read it. I may end up buying this one day or borrowing it from the library to see if I like it, because I do like horror, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this because of what it's about. And this one it doesn't even tell you what it's about, but I do know there's like incest in it and things like that, so that kind of gives me the ick, and I'm not sure that I want to read that. So it's going in a little free library, and it does have the beautiful like 1970s cover. It's pretty, hold on, it's pretty nice, but it's not gonna happen right now. The next book that I'm getting rid of is one that I have a feeling I'm not going to read. There was a point in time where I was in this era, but I'm just not anymore, and that is Jude Devereux's A Knight in Shining Armor. My mom was a huge Jude Devereux fan, and I think she was one of the first romance authors that I read because my mom approved them. They're not as smut heavy as other romance books, and I saw this in a used bookstore and picked it up because nostalgia, but I have to make space for other things, and realistically, I don't know that I'm ever going back to Jude Devereux. Like, some things need to stay in the past, and I think she's one of them. I have a feeling if I read these, it's not going to have the same impact it had when I was in middle school. So the cover is beautiful. It's like got this watercolor of this castle or something. It's really pretty, but it is a mass market paperback, and like I said, it doesn't really fit in with the rest of my books. I don't think I'm gonna read it, so little free library it goes. And then this next one is The Green Mile by Stephen King. This one I actually do plan on reading. This one is on my TBR. However, this is like this weird long, like, okay, this is a mass market paperback edition, right? Look at this thing. It's just so weird. It's like the same width as a mass market, but it's extra long. I don't know. I hate it. Like, I hate the layout of it. I don't know why I bought it. Well, I know why I bought it. I really want to read this one, but I need a different edition. This isn't just not gonna work. So I haven't even read it yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and find another edition and buy that one instead. My library has been I've been really lucky to find a lot of Stephen King books at the like Friends of the Library sales. So I'm hoping that I can pick this one up in like a hardcover or a different paperback, because this is just not it. So yeah, that's The Green Mile by Stephen King. And next up, I have one that was sent to me by, I think it was Booksparks. Yeah, Booksparks sent it to me. It was part of like a promo for a Netflix show that was coming out called The Night Agent by Matthew Quirk. And this is a police procedural. I think he's an FBI agent. Yeah, FBI agent Peter Sutherland. And I just don't find myself loving police procedural books. Like, I like to watch them on TV, but I do not like to read them. So, not really my thing. I requested it because I wanted it to be my thing, because I wanted to watch the show. But then I quickly started reading it and realized this is just not for me. Like, I'm just not a police procedural girly. And it's, you know, I've tried to read other ones recently, and it just hasn't, like James Patterson's Alex Cross series. I tried reading that one too, and I can't get into it. I don't know. So yeah, police procedurals must not be for me. And so I'm going to pass this on to somebody who might really, really enjoy it. So I think I am going to put this one in Pango just to see what happens. But if nothing happens with it, then I'll just shove it in a free little library. Especially since I got it for free. So maybe I should just put it in a free little free library. I don't feel comfortable trying to sell something like that. Anywho, the next book that I'm putting in, I'm not going to try to sell this. No one's going to buy it. I'm going to put this in our little free library, is The Search for the Atocha by Eugene Lyon. This is one I bought years ago on my trip to Key West in like the shipwreck museum or whatever, treasure hunting museum. And it's about the story of like these people, like a real life treasure hunt. And yeah, I spent way too much money on it, and I've tried reading it several times, and the farthest I've gotten is page 16. I like nonfiction sometimes, but it has to be really, really, really gripping, or it has to be something that I'm super interested in. And unfortunately, treasure hunting is not it. So this one's a bust. I'm going to put that in. I'm just going to put it in a little free library. Hopefully somebody else enjoys it. I don't think anyone's going to pick that up on Pango. This one, I think someone might, though. And that is Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. This is a really, really popular graphic novel, and it's really simple. I don't think I got very far in it, though, and I just found it, for me, other people, I don't know, maybe it's just me, I don't function well with this style of graphic novel. I couldn't follow it very clearly. I had a hard time, like, there's not a lot of dialogue, or there is later. No, there's very minimal dialogue, and I like dialogue. There's lots of pictures, and I have to interpret what's going on, and it's beautiful, and I've heard the story is great, but my brain can't do it. So somebody else will love this, and I'm ready to just pass it on. I've tried a couple of times, but it's not the graphic novel for me. So Heartstopper Volume 1, Alice Oseman. I'm going to put that in my Pango and see if anybody wants to pick it up for dirt cheap. And then the last one I am definitely going to try and sell. And if you're interested, please leave a comment down below. And that is my Fairy Loot edition of City of Stardust by George Summers. It is beautiful. It's got gorgeous end pages. It's beautiful. But this was unfortunately a book that I read an arc of, and I didn't skip the month before in time, and I did not enjoy the book. It's not that I didn't enjoy it. It was like a 3-star read. It was okay, but I had a really hard time getting into it, and other people have not had that problem, so maybe it's just a me thing. But I know that somebody else will love this beautiful edition of this book, and I'm going to try and sell it because I don't need it on my shelf when it's not something that I ever plan on rereading, and it's not even one that I really enjoyed so much that I need to like look at it and have the memory of my reading experience. So I'm gonna sell that one, and those are all the books that I have in my unhaul today. I am probably running out of books to unhaul at this point. I need to do some serious thinking about the books that I do have that I have read and decide which ones are really keepers and which ones aren't. That's gonna be the hardest part. So wish me luck, guys, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye.